me in the parliament, former revenue minister of Odisha, and I'm sure will be minister again very soon, Sri Manmohan Samelji, General Manager Umesh Singh ji, President of AREF Sanjeev Kumar ji, President Mr. Bobin Mohanty, General Secretary Mr. BP Das, and all my railway family members. I need not say much about it because my good friend Rajan Govind is already there and he will guide you. He will also exactly inform you about the steps taken by us and what we need to do together to ensure safety of all the rail passengers. Safety is a function of proper functioning of the entire operation. If all the operation of railway functions as they are supposed to be, I don't think safety can ever be compromised. But a challenge comes in because we take certain things for granted. We think, so many months have passed, so many days have passed, things are moving properly, I can even sign blindly. So we prepare a system that when somebody signs that he has inspected it, somebody else signs it, then third person signs it. So the first person signs it, second person believes that he has signed it, why should I worry? So he signs it blindly. The third person also signs it. And we take things for granted. So paying attention to established procedure is one of the prerequisites for ensuring safe operation of the railway. Unfortunately, we are taking certain things for granted and that is one of the reasons why we are facing certain challenges. So all this new initiative that the employees themselves have taken to organize a conference of this kind is welcome. But you must also ensure that conference is a beginning, not the end in itself. You can keep organizing conferences. But unless those people who work on safety do their job properly, apply themselves diligently, and do not take things for granted, will not get the desired results. So first and foremost, application of mind, sincerely working on the task assigned has to be done, and therefore all operations of the railways, if they are carried out as they are supposed to be, the safety will always be ensured. And therefore we must do that. Number two, training of people, because human mind tends to take things for granted. So constant training is very important. Not just one-time training, constant training. And that is what you all must do together. The general manager is there, his colleagues are there, as well as the employees are there. You must constantly organize programs for training. Then of course, the manuals. The manuals will be important. What is written in the manual has to be read. What is read has to be implemented. What is implemented has to be seen by somebody else. What is seen by somebody else also has to be taken for granted. So right from general manager, it is a responsibility of the general manager himself, the DRM, all the people working with them, as well as each and every employee of the organization. Unless they make sure that they do the job and the supervisory role that the general manager, DRM and his colleagues have to play is played properly, will not be able to ensure the smooth function. So therefore this is a very important thing. Training is important, manuals are important. Revisiting the manuals. If suppose somebody has found out that a manual itself does not cover all the areas that are necessary to ensure safety, we must change the manual. And that job cannot be done by individual employee, that has to be done by the top management. And therefore, there is a safety related responsibility in every zone and division. They must ensure that this also is done. Then another important aspect is technology. And therefore, we have decided now to use a lot of technology, whether it is signaling, whether it is understanding why the tracks, at what time the tracks get cracked, because tracks will get definitely cracked, that is the life of a track. But timely understanding the track is cracked, we can take corrective action. So therefore we are now already I have directed the railway board to ensure that as much technology as possible should be used in detection of tracks, correction of those machines, correction of those tapes through machines, and therefore technology will play a key role. signaling, track detection, even track laying over a period of time. That is also ensure safety, because if properly tracks are laid, you have put everything in proper shape, ballast, sleepers, this will also be ensured. Thirdly is the rolling stock. In fact, the derailment happens because of the lack of synchronization between track and the rolling stock. Now already ordered that 40,000 rolling stocks will be revamped. We already stopped manufacturing ICF coaches and will move towards LHB and even the higher technology coaches. The couplings are very important, and therefore we'll make sure that we work on those issues. But while we are doing this, not only safety will be ensured, but we are also creating that interiors of coaches also should be completely revamped. And that's what we are doing. In fact, I constantly monitor it. In fact, after 2 days again, I'm going to monitor it and make sure that in the next 5 years' time, we'll complete this. The capacity of railways to manufacture about 8,000 coaches. And now we are going to do 40,000 in the next 5 years. You can imagine the magnitude of it. But then almost all the coaches will be safety compliant, but also much better aesthetically from within the coaches. We have created for the first time in railways history a safety fund of 1 lakh crore. We of course have to ensure that this money is not just spent, but spent in a manner that gives a lot of value addition. Because there is nothing like safety fund which can be spent only on safety operation. This will revamp the entire infrastructure of railways. So 1 lakh crore is not a small amount, and therefore I am also ensuring that money is spent in a right manner. So I am already consulting a lot of experts in the field, within country, outside India, and ensuring that this money is spent in a proper manner to give us not only desired results for safety, but will revamp the entire rail infrastructure. So while we work on all this, it is also important the human part of it. The human errors are one of the significant contributor to the rail safety related issues. And therefore, human errors must be avoided, and that can be avoided, as I said in the beginning, with proper application of mind, proper training, constantly revisiting your manuals, and supervisory role played properly, because everybody says, the supervisor is going to say, so many people have signed, I will also sign. So he thinks he is employed to sign and not to assign himself to the job that is given to him. And therefore, I think all of this has to be done properly. Organizing such kind of safety-related seminars is a welcome idea, but cannot be the only thing that can be done, because safety will not be ensured in this conference hall. Safety has to be, you learn something here, get motivated in the conference hall, but use it on the tracks in your day-to-day operation. And therefore, I think you will get adequately motivated, but will definitely not forget your important primary responsibility and task of ensuring safety of the entire operation, which is really the responsibility of all the people who work in the railways. Remember, Mr. Rajan Goyen cannot ensure safety of all tracks. Not the minister can do it. We have done adequately, more than adequately, to ensure that safety-related issues are properly addressed. This year, there is for track renewal, there is a 10,000 crores allocation. Last year, it was 6,000 crores. So in the course of last 2 years itself, you can imagine the amount of money that we have given for this. We are already buying high quality products, and that of course is a responsibility. We can say we are given direction, but then ultimately people below us should not hoodwink the system. And therefore, it is a completely responsibility of those who run the operation to ensure safety of railways. The ministers, the Prime Minister, the Government of India, the political leadership has given complete ideas, money, powers, delegated it to the people. So we'll be holding responsibilities. Anybody not doing their job, however senior he may be, however junior he may be, will have to face the consequences, because we cannot play with the lives of the people who travel by the railways. So organizing seminar, it gives you additional responsibility to ensure that what you have learnt is taken forward. Otherwise, it should not be seen to be only an opportunity to have a photo opportunity, public relation opportunity, but something which must be done in a very serious manner. So I think we learn from this seminar, and my good friend Manmohan Samal will ensure that all these people who are his colleagues will follow it to the logical conclusion. I think general manager must also take responsibility to find out how far what you have learned is applied and what is that new thing you are going to learn. You must learn, you already learned, applied, and as I said very clearly, running operation of the railways is the responsibility of the railway board, of the general managers, of the DRMs, and all the people who work in the railways. If me and Rajan Goyen can run the railways, it would be very good. Two people can run the entire railway operation. So therefore, we must ensure that those who work in the railways full time, their job is to ensure the safe operation, and that's what I am sure you will do. So all the best to you, and I am sure my good friend Rajan Goyen will guide you about what needs to be done in future, and you please follow his advice, his direction, his guidance, and make sure that it is implemented in not just letter but in the spirit. So thank you very much. Jai Hind.